Hey, how is everybody doing? Welcome to another episode of Cooking with Chef Mockingjay. Whether you are watching this live or if you're watching this on the Patreon channel or YouTube or whatever platform you're watching it on, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you're on YouTube if you want to see some more content of me cooking. Today we have the first recipe in my soup series. Now this soup is pretty important to me. This is what helped get me some notoriety. This is one of the things I cooked for some of the producers on the Food Network to help get on their show. So this one is a super, I'm not gonna say super simple, but it's a nice seafood bisque. It's nothing crazy. We've got a mix of seafood. As you can see right here, we've got shrimp, squid, with calamari, some muscle meat. We've got a lot of different things in that bowl for us to cook. So hopefully you've got everything you need. The recipe will be linked somewhere in the descriptions or something. So wherever you're at, you'll be able to see the recipe. And obviously, my live viewers, you guys have gotten a list of recipe. So this is going to be a recording for the Patreon channel. The Patreon is new. This is actually going to be the very first video I am going to be recording. Some folks have already gone through this class, so they know this is a part of our soup series because it's here. It's winter where I'm at. So without further ado, let's get to cooking. All right, so with any good recipe, you want to start building your flavor. So this is always going to be oil in the pan and starting to get some of your veggies, your aromatics and things in. Here we have celery, onion, and garlic. This is gonna be kind of our base right here. So I've got 3 ribs of celery. I've got, that's like a small to medium. And I got like a giant clove and then like a small clove. So, and let me say this, with any recipe you find online or that I teach you, I want you to know this is just merely a guideline. This is a decent recipe to get you where you need to go. Don't feel like you have to be a slave to my recipe. You make this according to your own taste. Again, you'll have a recipe. This is just to get you started, but you create your own, you go to your own taste. All right, so without further ado, let's get to it. All right, first thing we're gonna chop up is our celery. Our pan is at like a medium high right here. So one thing that's really important whenever you're cutting, understand with your knife, you are tailoring how every bite is going to be to your end consumer. So this I'm gonna cut up in smaller pieces right here, boom. And we're just gonna go at it. Here we go. Celery in these nice little pieces right here, as you can see. Nice even cutting strokes right here. I'm going for 3 ribs of celery. If you like that flavor a little bit, then go for it. I'm gonna chop off some of these end pieces. Whenever you have vegetables or things like that, I personally keep all of my vegetable trash because I make a broth out of it with whatever I have left. So as you can see, these broths that I have on the table, these are not store-bought broths. These are broths that I make in-house. So I use these scraps for vegetable broth. I'll use them to throw them in with my chicken or any type of broth that I'm trying to make. So I'm sure that there'll be other videos. So if you look, I'll be showing you how to make all of those different types of broths. So just kind of stay tuned. Now, these videos are meant for you to watch me do the majority of the cooking. So all of these videos might be, I don't know, this video is looking like it's probably going to be around 20 or 30 minutes long. I want to sit here and actually do some of the cooking with you so that you can kind of see that so that you can see how it's done with you, so you can kind of watch it step by step. Feel free to fast forward through any of the videos to get through the parts. Like right now, you're just seeing me pretty much chop celery. That's kind of boring, but it'll be good for you, so you can, it can be at your speed so you can see how long it really takes. Like I said, don't be afraid to fast forward through any of this stuff. Right now, we're going to go with our oil. I would have used olive oil. Daniel's a genius and didn't have any olive oil. So that's maybe 2 tablespoons of olive oil, something like that. We're going to go in the pan with our celery first. Ouch, that popped me a little bit, but that's all right. If my daughter was here, she would say a little pop never hurt nobody. Okay. So you see some smoke there happening. Now, we are going to cut this onion. All right, anytime you have an onion, you cut from that root to keep that onion intact. So you look out for the videos. There's going to be videos of how to do all of this stuff individually. Like I said, keep your scraps. You can get away with throwing away some of these. Here goes one of my little secrets to getting these onion peels off. Grabbing a spoon and going with the curvature of the onion. So that is the way you can do that right there. Oop. Here we go. We'll do that one more time. Oop. Let's get, no, this one's pretty much done. So that's good. I'm sure we've all seen the cool mincing that you've seen before. You do one of these numbers here, go against it lengthways, and you'll come across it. 1, 2, and then you just give it a good chop. Ooh. All right, make sure you get all that onion. I got some more onion right here. I'm gonna get my onion. I'm gonna get it. So boom, that's done. Move that to the side. And we'll do it again. Slice, slice. All right. Back at it again. All right. So like I said, this is where I'm at. It's winter right now, so this soup series is inspired by a lot of my favorite soups. You're gonna see a whole bunch of soups, and these are, I say a whole bunch. We'll do at least 5 or 6 soups in this entire thing. You'll see seafood bisque. You'll see baked potato. You're gonna see tomato bisque. You're gonna just see a whole bunch of things. So I ask that you just continue to watch it. Watch me, and we'll get some good videos in. All right. Kind of breaking that down a little bit. We're gonna let those become a little translucent. Boom, 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 boom. Here we go. Oh man, don't you love live videos? I was just gonna say, actually, we made a mistake this go around. Well, we'll see. We're gonna do it this way. No mistake here. We've got some of our seafood that I wanted to get in this pan beforehand, but listen here, sometimes we mess up, and we're going to keep working it out. So now we're going to get these cloves of garlic in there. All right, sometimes if you got big garlic, you can do the same method that you did with the onions. We'll cut this little piece off. And if it's a big piece of garlic and you're trying to mince it up fine, you can come with it like that. So then I'm just going to come right there. Give it a little nice little fine chop here. Yeah. When you chop these up finer, it helps bring out some more of that flavor. So we'll take this on with it right into the pan. There you go. All right, with anything that you cook, you want to always season as you go. Now, like I said before, with a lot of these recipes, I have some salt recommendations are in the recipe. Feel free, again, I'm going right back over it with the Creole seasoning. You choose what you want or how much of this you want. A lot of this I could just put season to taste, but I gave you something that'll start you off. So you are not slave to anything I say again. I want you to always know that. Coming in with some fresh pepper. All right. And a touch of red pepper is what I'm going to go for. And I will always add these things as I go. So if it might need a little bit more, it's all right. We're going to give it a little bit more. And that crushed red pepper isn't to make it spicy. That's going to help lift the dish. So we're going to sit there, watch this till it gets translucent a bit. Yeah, that looks good. Whoop. Yeah, that looks real good. So that's what you like to see. There we go. Now you'll see in some of these recipes, they'll ask you to dump your meat in afterwards. Okay, what I think is I'm gonna dump this right. You guys are about to see me make it work. I'm gonna dump my kitchen trash right there on the side. Yeah. I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna discard it. In real life, when you're doing this, okay, what you need to do is do that first. You need to make sure you do your seafood first and then come in there afterwards. But every now and then you end up like Daniel. I'm gonna leave some of these in here because I don't want to overfill this bowl right here. So that's gonna sit right there. I'm gonna crank this back up to high. Seafood tends to have some moisture in there. So we're gonna try our best not to steam it. So boom, we'll come in there with a little bit of butter. I got 2 knobs, about 2 tablespoons of butter we're gonna throw in there. So, boom. And I'm sure everyone knows butter makes everything better. Butter always. Okay? Don't ever forget the butter. Add more butter. I'm not sure if adding more butter ever hurt anything in the history of forever. So just know that you adding butter is always going to help. So we got some more butter to add in this recipe. All right. Now this is nice and pretty hot. Coming in there with the seafood. See, we've got sizzle. You want that pan to sizzle some. All right, yeah. Now, as you can see here, I've got some shrimp and I've got like a little seafood mix. Ooh, I got a little piece of calamari hanging out. Like I said, you season as you go. I got some seafood seasoning right here. All right, so you can just go salt and pepper to taste. Here I'm trying to build some different flavors the entire time. So this is real good. It is always, had to get that, it's always good, like I said, to build flavors. And good thing it doesn't take very long, as you can see. This is starting to cook up real nice, and it doesn't take long. So boom, I'm gonna give a shrimp a taste to see what the shrimp is tasting like right now. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna touch it with a little bit more salt. There we go. Boom. All right. So we're good with that. I'm gonna put that right back here in the pan. And now we're gonna get ready for us making our roux. Now, a roux is something that is one of the mother sauces, right? And of the 7 mother sauces, it's pretty important. So this is how we thicken up a lot of sauces and different things like that, and soups, and it's a beautiful thickener. So all it is fat and butter. So we're gonna make a quick little roux. We're gonna get those vegetables in here, back in here, and we're gonna make a quick little roux. We got some of those right here in that pan. We have some of those juices that seafood sweat off. That's good, we like that. All of that is flavor. All of it is flavor. So I'll come in with another thing of butter. I used the seafood pack. The beautiful thing with the seafood pack is that it'll have like a little, it'll be vacuum sealed, but you'll have some juices when you thaw that out. You can use those juices to make a broth, like to make a vegetable broth. So in this recipe, it calls for chicken broth or chicken stock or vegetable broth, whatever you've got. So the beautiful thing is that you can make a vegetable broth or stock by simply just putting in, let's say, the shrimp shells, the lobster shells, all of those discarded pieces of the seafood, put it into some water, throw in some onions, some celery, and then kind of boil it, or not necessarily boil it, or simmer it off. So you can make your own broth. So that's why my broth and stuff comes in these containers, because those aren't from the store. Those are whenever I have a scrap piece of chicken, or like if I get a whole chicken, I'll cut off the back and I'll take all of those, and then I will use it to make a stock. So don't you waste your stuff, and obviously you do the same thing with vegetables. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna show you right here, us making our roux. There you go. You want to cook this roux off. Okay, you want it to be a touch darker than a blonde roux. Okay. Get some of this flavor out, or flour flavor out. Okay. And they'll add a depth of flavor. So obviously we don't want real dark. This should end off in like an off-white, maybe like a cream color-ish. The soup, that is. And you'll just have that. Stirring. All right. Getting all of that flour out. So like I said, we're almost about to be here at the end, this is good. Boom. See, it's starting to cake up on the bottom there. Yeah, we need to get that out. So we'll come in with our stock, add it slowly. There you go. We're gonna let that thicken up. As you can see, it kind of thicken up, gelatinous. We finish it off, and we got our big boy coming. So then the good thing about making your own broths, you get to flavor it how you want to. So these already have some flavor in it from when I last cooked. There we go. This is our second. So I think we did about 2 cups. We did a little bit better than 2 cups. And we want this to come up to a little simmer here. Once this comes up to a little simmer, we're going to give it a taste. And we're going to see where it's at. Again, depending on what type of broth you got. Some you might have like a low sodium or something. So it's super duper important to always taste as you go. Season as you go, taste as you go, so you can make sure that you always have the most flavorful soups or just food in general, right? So this, like, we're not afraid of salt here. If you came to watch this, you're gonna see us put some seasoning. You're gonna see us put a whole bunch of stuff, okay? This one is a bit of a tame recipe. I actually don't have too many seasonings on this one. So usually you'll see that I use a lot of different seasonings, but I come back to my favorites. So don't be afraid to come back to your favorites. Thyme, rosemary are going to be timeless classics. You're going to see that all the time with me. So you know what your flavor, like how you like to build your food and your soups or whatever you're doing. So stay true to who you are. Learn some new things, but do what you do best, right? So let's see, this pot's getting close. I'm really trying to scrape and get the bottom of this, right? So I want you to see, I'm trying to get all of that off. Yeah. All of that flour, really scraping it, getting all of that flavor off. And so once this gets thickened, this is good. We're going to add our seafood back in there. Not to forget that here we've got some cream and we've got some half and half that's going to be in this afterwards. Let's give this a taste. Let's see where we're at with it right now. Oh my gosh, yes. Oh my gosh, yes. Oh, that was good. A little hot. I could have found a different way to do that, but see, you can see we got a little bowl going here. We're going to come back in it with that. There we go. Get all of our seafood in there. All right. We're going to turn this down some. Look at that. That looks so good. Nice. You see a whole bunch of colors, a whole bunch of everything in there. We got that back in there. Let's see. I'm going to give it another taste. Let's see. This is piping hot. Feel free to let it cool off a bit. All right. Okay. Let's see. All right. Open that up a little bit. There we go. Add a little bit more. Want to touch it with a touch of salt. Okay. I'm gonna add a touch more of this, nothing too much. I think it was almost there. There we go. So boom. We're here, we've turned it down. Give it one more stir. And I'm gonna come back in it with one more taste to see what I like. See how I like it. All right. Absolutely. Man, that was good. Yeah, that's good. I'm gonna throw a touch more of my seafood seasoning. Again, remember, you're not slave to any recipe made by any person. You do what you want to do. Here goes our cream. I'm coming in with our cream. All right. A little half and half. We'll give it a stir. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. I want another taste. Let's let it come up. Let it come up to a bit of a boil first. See, give it a nice little simmer. This is what you're looking at right now. So essentially this soup is about to be done. We're gonna let this come up to a little simmer. You see a couple little bubbles coming to the surface. We know that's nice and well incorporated. Now, whenever I'm doing a recipe, there'll be little tricks that I use, like here I have a little bit of extra flour. I didn't use all the flour, I kept some extra flour just in case it didn't thicken up to the consistency I like. So that way I could always make a quick little slurry, put a little bit of water in here, a little bit of the broth. You can make a slurry to go back and thicken that up a touch if it to thicken it up if it's not to where you like it at. So we'll see. It's starting to come to temp. Yeah, this is what we're looking for. So we're gonna give this a little taste. See what we're hitting on. Ugh, here we go. There you go. Nice, creamy. It's delicious. Absolutely delicious. I am happy with it. Let's see, hold on. I'm happy with it, but I think we can do a little bit. I'm going to touch it a little bit more with seasoning. My friends, the way my friends are set up, under-seasoned food is not going to be tolerated. So boom. We're going to let this simmer for a little bit so that it'll thicken up a little bit more and the flavors will intensify. So we'll have this simmering for 10 minutes. Nothing too long. But after that, we're all done. So with this, you can serve it with like a nice crusty bread. You can even make like a garlic toast. Maybe like a thicker bread. And this is good. This is good for the winter time. If you want a little taste of seafood, you can do it. So pretty much you just got that to simmer, and that's it. So you guys at home, give this a try. This is a relatively simple recipe. It doesn't take much, and then you're all good. So thank you guys very much for watching. This is it, just bubbling and boiling. I can't wait to see you in your next, oh, excuse me, tongue tied. I can't wait to see you in our next video. You guys take care, and thank you, and continue to be amazing.